Man City Wolves. I'm actually scared how quick they gelled Man City.
One player.
Grinders.
Yeah, but Wolves missed a couple of chances too. It wasn't 4-0 a whitewash.
I know, but what Reinders did on the opening day,
Did they
right foot, left foot, dribble, chips, goals.
Really well. Bro, he looked fantastic.
He looked amazing.
I'm surprised. I didn't expect him to start off like that. I had my doubts because he's coming from Milan.
I didn't have my doubts. I thought he'd be a really good player, but I didn't think.
But not like that. That was awesome. That was crazy.
It was for me, out of every player I saw on the round in the weekend, for me, he was the most impressive. If I would have handed out a star for a player, Reinders took it for me. He was just the magic in that midfield. And
Haaland looked happy as well.
Well, of course you would. If you've got someone out there playing like almost Zidane-like, like what he was doing out there as a striker, you're going to be happy.
No, he was good, really good.
He was very good. If he shows that that's sort of his level,
they're dangerous.
De Bruyne, okay, he's not De Bruyne, but what I'm saying is that could be all Haaland needs to catch ignition. And if he hits 30 Premier League goals this year, they're a top 2 team. That's it. Yeah, and it's going to take some stopping for someone to finish above that.
100%. Exactly. The way they played is how the Man City of old the last 4 or 5 years, where they just suffocate the teams. They played like
defensively,
that yesterday.
Let's see what they're like against the team that can give them a bit of sustained pressure. Because defensively they fold like a deck chair. Like they haven't shown me any resilience, even in the Club World Cup, in the Premier League last year, all the new signings. And which defensive players did they sign? Like, what did they bring? Was there anything other than Rait Nouri?
Nuri, but he's not. He's attacking fullback.
He wants to play.
He's another winger.
Yeah. So defensively, there are going to be question marks over that team. Let's see what happens.
Look, I think Stones and Diaz are still okay, but they're not. I feel
Can they stay fit?
Diaz, that's the thing.
They're a bit older.
Can they stay fit? Yeah, exactly.
And Trafford's a good keeper too now as well. So
Trafford, he's only going to be there until Donnarumma maybe comes. That might look like one of the worst moves ever. He bloody rejected us to go there, and they're already looking for a replacement.
They'll probably loan him to you guys after as well.
No.
Game Chelsea Palace. Chelsea didn't look like Palmer didn't do anything yesterday. Like he didn't look.
He had a bad game.
He had a bad game. He looked really lazy. Not the typical self.
Actually, they started Giddens on the left.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised. I went, geez, they started with him.
So when you look at their attack after all the work they did, Giddens
doesn't look very convincing.
Pedro, and João Pedro.
Neto.
I mean, Giddens there.
Neto started.
Neto and Giddens as your wingers, right? Like they're okay, but that's not a title-winning wingers. That's not title-winning wingers. Yeah. And João Pedro's never hit 20 in the Premier League. Yeah. He scored, 5 non-penalty goals last year. I know we all agree he has the potential to really explode this year, but he only scored 5 non-penalty goals in the Prem last year. He played nearly every game. So, Giddens, Neto and him up front, for all their, all the magic that everyone's speaking about Chelsea, that's not amazing.
No. And I think we all called last week it would be a 0 or draw, or 2 of us did, I'm pretty sure.
I think you did. We said it was going to be close win.
Yeah, we said Chelsea would win, but you called 0-0.
Yeah.
I said
Crystal Palace are a tough side, dude.
Yeah, they're a tough team.
They actually troubled them. Like there were a few times where I thought there was like, geez, they're going to get
Eze's goal. What about Eze's goal?
Yeah, that was a mad shot,
but there were times where Warden played through Mateta, but Mateta just kicked it straight to Sanchez a few times. So it was like they were in 6s and 7s, Chelsea. Like they're literally playing it through to Warden, doing a 1-2 with Eze, it bang, straight through to Mateta's through on goal.
Yeah.
Nah, they're very impressive, man.
But they got no depth. They lose Eze, who they replace?
Villa's bogey team.
No, we can't
Crystal Palace. You cannot beat Crystal Palace.
No, very hard.
They're solid, man.
They got our number.
Forest and Brentford. Well, Chris Wood with the brace.
Chuck's boy. The Chuck boy.
Chris Wood got the double.
But he got the same amount of goals as he scored for you guys in one of the years, the whole season.
I know. We sold him, and look what he's done. He's absolutely gone nuts. And we need a striker. He would have been a great number 2. We kept Callum Wilson, who's the more reputable player, and we let him go. He would have been an incredible number 2 for us. But anyway, it is what it is. But it was all about Elliot Anderson, watching the highlights and seeing what Forest fans were saying, calling him the Geordie Maradona, His work rate's off the charts. He's got all the passes. You know, he started off his career as an attacking midfielder, but now he's sitting a bit deeper. You know, I'm not saying he's Pirlo, but that's what Pirlo did. Pirlo was a number 10, and then he came back as a number 6, right? And he had all the passes. He's like an English version that can, you know, he's got English the attacking Pirlo. Mind. Jesus. No, it's not Pirlo. But I'm saying he's got the attacking, he's got the he's got the attacking mindset, but he's playing in a deeper role, and he's got huge work rate. So you saw the goal that Wood scored, right? They lost the ball. Wood didn't even look back.
Away,
he just ran, and this guy played the perfect pass for him. Just smacked it for him. It curled right into his path, so he didn't even need to skew his run. He just goes, he bang right for me around the keeper goal. As a striker, you can't ask for more than that. So
I was going to really ask, what do you reckon about Ndoye? First game, he's the replacement for Alanga.
He scored. He's not a winger though.
I don't know. It's nothing special. He scored, but
but they've already. But to be honest, they've signed Hutchinson, so that
Amari Hutchinson will go there. Yeah,
and they've got McAtee on the right, and they got Douglas Luiz. They've got the other French winger. They've signed like 3 wingers.
Yeah,
they're from.
But you know what? They're gonna be in the Europa League this year.
I was just gonna say, wait till they're in Europa League. I want to see how well they go. I had that call last week. But I don't think they will.
You said bottom 6. You said bottom 6.
So I think it's going to wait for the. You got to wait. It's going to hit them,
Jay. No, but look who
they've made.
But they versed Brentford. But I'm just saying they versed Brentford. You can't. You can't.
I wouldn't look this week.
Excited. Yeah. No, I'm just saying. Wait till they start playing multiple games a week, and then we can see the rule Nottingham Forest.
That's my measuring stick for a lot of teams, like Newcastle and all that. I want to see how they go with the doubles.
You're playing in Europe too, Rick. You're in Europa League. You're acting like you've got a free run.
Yeah, but you got Champions League, not Europa.
Mate, the way we're going without a striker.
I would rather play Europa than Champions League. Europa's watered down.
Did you guys see what Brentford did?
What?
They came out and renewed their stance over Wissa, and they said, "No, we want to keep him,
60,
or unless someone meets our valuation." And now they've placed a £60 million valuation on Wissa. He's 29 years old in a couple of months, and he's got 12 months left on his contract.
Small striker,
yeah. Come on, like, geez, 60. Where does that put us? Like, what does Newcastle do now? We can't pay anywhere near that. You know, I think we're ready to go up to 40 for him. But that's about it. We can't.
Nah, I think Brentford's done. Even their striker Thiago is so average, man.
I don't even know what they're doing, bro. I was telling Chuck, I don't even know what they're doing. They bought a winger that's played left back, left mid, who wants to play striker to replace him.
Rick, I read that Keith Andrews is their coach. He said that Django, the guy they just bought, he's the Mbeumo replacement. He's not, so he's going to be playing on the wing, and that's why they don't want to let go of Wissa unless someone pays over market rate, which is 60. That's what they want.
So who are they going to replace Wissa with then?
Well, that's the thing. Unless they find someone, but it sounds like they're just trying to play really hardball. They're trying to play really hardball, and they know Newcastle needs someone. But if they're going to charge that, I'd rather go to Chelsea and give him 60 for Jackson. He's 24. You know, he just turned 24. You know, as much as Wissa's a better striker, he'll score more goals. You know, Jackson will cause havoc.
But at least Wissa, you can get that now. You need someone now.
No, I get that, Jay, of course, but not at 60 million now.
Yeah, that's very crazy.
You paid 60. You paid 63 for Gyökeres, right?
Your biggest risk, Chuck, is if you have one striker into the thing.
No, obviously. Of course.
As in, I'm not counting Isak.
No, I think they'll pluck someone from somewhere, you know, that's not a big name as a number 2, but really, you know, the plan is still Wissa, and now we're really after Ramos, you know, from PSG. PSG have said they're open to negotiation for him. So Ramos would be a really good player for us. He just turned 24 as well. So the age profile's around the same. We've got a lot of 22, 23, 24 players, and we're building depth, you know, so...
Yeah. Arsenal United, you guys give me your opinions first before I say anything.
Chuck, you go first, Chuck.
Man United. Look, it comes down to the goalkeeper error. You know, obviously the game itself is about the goalkeeper error. That was madness. You know, be assertive. You're the only guy on the pitch that can use your hands. You know, move a couple of people out of the way, get hold of that ball, as opposed to looking to flop and cry for a VAR. Man United showed really good glimpses, but I saw things from them. They were really pumped, but that was always going to happen. There was a bit of optimism at the club. They spent £200 million on a brand new strike force. Fans are behind them. It was a bit of a banana skin for Arsenal because Man U were never going to be as pumped as they were for this game,
Yeah.
And we called it a bit earlier. We want to play Man United 2-3 months in when all that shiny toy, all that stuff starts to fade and reality hits. So Arsenal had a bit of a tough challenge this morning. They found a way to get through it with the help of their goalkeeper. You didn't really do anything to win the game. They'll be better this year. They'll be better this year because Cunha looked okay. Bueno is going to be good. He's a good player. So they're all obviously going to be there. Sesko didn't do anything for 25, 30 minutes, not to warrant the...
He wasn't even playing in the right position. They put him on the left.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, not to warrant the chase that everyone was after. He didn't show anything in 30 minutes. So let's see how that plays out.
One back heel.
But I was more worried for Arsenal, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah.
Because you guys went there. You had a whole preseason to prepare for this team. You won your last friendly 3-0, and every Arsenal fan here was saying, we're pumped. We want the title. You went to a okay Man United side. You didn't do anything, right? All the frailties that we were worried that could happen, Martinelli not looking great. Is Gyökeres ready for the Premier League? Can he handle this level? Those two questions were not answered. Martinelli looked like he's continuing from where he was before and a bit of, flopping on that left flank. And Gyökeres was not impressive at all up front. Okay, maybe you can blame fitness, but even a half-fit Maradona or anyone that's not, if you've got the ability, you can show something, all right? This guy, he didn't show anything. So let's see what happens with Gyökeres. I still think the jury's out on that guy.
Jesus. Scathing. The biggest anti-Man United fan just propped up Man United.
No, but I'm just trying to call it as I see. If the goalkeeper didn't make a mistake, it's 0-0, and there's nothing for Arsenal to be proud about other than keeping a clean sheet. Which is nice, but they didn't show anything in attack. Nothing. And when you've spent that much money, 800 million or whatever it is, you've made all these magical signings. Apparently, you're a striker away. You saw the difference between going for Isak and going for Gyökeres. All the Arsenal fans saying
had to throw Isak back in there.
We got the bargain of the year. No, but I'm saying you got the bargain of the year, Isak, in Gyökeres. He's going to turn out to be an incredible signing. Based off what I saw a guy who really struggled on day one. And, if Liverpool get Isak for 125 and you paid 65 for Gyökeres, times the player. That's what you needed, So let's see what happens.
I think it's always going to be the case. Game one that's a hard game one to play, as in at Old Trafford with 3 new signings revved up to go. It's going to be hard for any sort of player to go there. It doesn't matter, new, old, whatever. One guy that did impress me the most, and I say this to Chuck, is Dorgu. I'm a big fan of Dorgu. Dorgu from the left.
The winger, the left winger.
Or left wing back, I think.
He's left back, yeah. Left wing back.
Gets forward, got a great left peg on him. He hit the post, and I was like, wow. He did that a few times last year. There was a few flashes of brilliance last year that I saw, and I'm like, he's not a bad signing. So he's a bit under the radar. I thought you guys looked a bit toothless, to be honest with you, Jay. Like there were times where you'd go forward, pass it back, go forward, go sideways. Saka gets stuck. He'll pretend to go to the byline, cut it back. I'm like, this is just mechanical crap.
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah, it looked very, very mechanical. And there were times where Man United ran at you and had you in 6s and 7s, like literally Cunha, Buemo charging at you, and then Saliba's looking at kind of running backwards, looking at him, sort of thing. So there was a few of that happening, and there were times where Cunha actually went through your defense and could have actually scored on his own. He just fumbled it. There was to be honest, on the slate of play, I would have backed Man United to get the win. Like I was surprised that he beat you.
Of course.
I was really, really surprised. And that's me, like Chuck, I'm not a big Man United fan, but they looked good day one. Will that transpire moving forward to day 2, 3, 4 when things kind of start settling down? That's the part I don't know, because their mids, they were playing, I think they played Casemiro.
Yeah.
Yoro was there. Like all those players, the culprits of last year that kind of caused some of the crap that they endured, they were still there. So I don't know if that's going to kind of linger as well. But like I said, they looked good in game one. The jury's out for Man United in general, just not I'm not sort of picking on Arsenal at all, but for me, you got away with it big time yesterday. I think it was a point undeserved, 3 points undeserved, and you'd probably be doing fist pumps in the back.
Yeah, you should have had only a point. That's a point. At best, a point. The fact that you got given 3 is just incredible. Yeah.
But that just shows, with the regardless of how shit we are, we still picked up 3 points, and how bad they.
And you know what?
United couldn't finish in a brothel, dude, yesterday.
Yeah. You know what? I think your past 5 goals have been all set pieces or something. It is some record you guys are holding at the moment.
Yeah, Jay, ordinarily I would agree with that comment. You found a way to win. Their goalkeeper fumbled the ball in the net.
But they couldn't finish, Chark. They couldn't finish.
Okay, forget that. But I'm saying you shouldn't have scored a goal. No, but you shouldn't have scored a goal. What I'm saying is, if you're relying on a goalkeeper to fumble from a set piece like that, that's a 1 in 100 occurrence. If you watch 100 Premier League games, so you watch every game for the next, how many games on the weekend? 10 games on the weekend, 10 weeks in a row, you'll see one more fumble into the goal by a goalkeeper. That doesn't happen.
Having said that, Onana's done it a few times as well.
Yeah, but that's so what I'm saying. That's the Man United problem, right? But what I'm saying is they had that situation to get a goal. Open play, you didn't look like scoring.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Really. And this is your attack.
No, I get that. Leading up the first 10 minutes, it was going both ways. Up until that goal, that's when everything started to turn around a bit for United. In saying that, today I got attacked by literally 3 or 4 people on Instagram and on WhatsApp, just everyone, not even just United supporters. So there's a lot of deflecting going on, but just looking at United, obviously the spotlight is obviously on Kuna. Kuna was close to 10 out of 10 besides his finishing.
Yeah, he was good.
And Bremo as well. And Bremo could have been a bit more clinical. Yeah. He did good runs, but his didn't finish well. Dorgu as well. He tested the keeper a couple of times too. Everyone else, Delete as well. Delete he played fantastic this morning. The centre back, the Dutchie, he played great. Everyone else, United, I was not worried at all. I understand how shit we played. We played bad. United didn't play good. Kuna played good. That's what set the motive. He ran through. He picked up from halfway because he's got no midfield to service him. He had to pick up from halfway and run around everyone like it was under 7 soccer at Roselands. That's my point. Is Bruno didn't do anything. Bruno Fernandes is playing a deeper role now, so he didn't get involved that much.
He didn't look good at all.
He was out of position.
Yeah.
When they brought in Ugarte, took Casemiro off, Ugarte gave the ball to Saka and Gyökeres like 3 or 4.
Ugarte,
bro, he's passing to our front line. He's terrible.
£55 million rubbish, that guy. What a
bought him initially, you know that, right?
Dude, he's crap. Why would you put him on for?
He's so bad.
There's for the positives that United have, there's triple the amount of negatives. They're back, like Shaw played okay, but the problem with the thing with Shaw is Saka didn't do anything. Saka played shit. Saka was running backwards, fumbling, kicking the ball out.
You know what? You know what? We United. This is going to sound mental, but I have seen them in game. They've been. I'm not going to hide it. They've been dreadful last year, but I have seen them in games be unlucky. They just had no end product. I've seen them go forward. I've seen like last year. I saw them go forward. I saw them play through teams, but they'll boot it out with they'll do a miss kick somewhere right where they should be sort of shooting on goal. So the build-up play I've seen sometimes in inverted commas has been there at Old Trafford. Right, it hasn't. It's like I'm not saying they've been perfect, but what I saw yesterday kind of was tuned up a little bit with the strike force. So what I'm saying, last year there were glimpses of them sort of passing it around, switching the play.
Well, I hope so. Have you seen their wage bill? Have you seen the amount of players they've got? They got the second highest or highest wage bill in the whole Prem. I hope they can put something together.
I know.
How low's the bar for these guys?
But I'm showing last year I saw like just quick sparks, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, well, as I said, hopefully something is visible.
Yeah.
But for game 1, they did fantastic. I'll give that to them. For them, because of who they have.
Where the bar is. Yeah.
But the bar is really low.
Yeah.
And that was Arsenal's probably worst game in the last 2-3 years. Like we played terrible. Our back line, Rick. I know you said Kuna ran through our back line. Our defense was actually great. We actually did really good.
Every time I turned it on, it looked like a Benny Hill show.
Bro, our midfield was missing. The problem was our midfield. Our whole back line had to come forward.
You sat there and spoke about how amazing Zubimendi and Rice are and Odegaard.
Oh my God.
You said it's one of the best midfields in Europe. It's that combination's incredible.
I didn't say it's the best. Come on.
Didn't you say one of the best in Europe? I remember.
I'm not going to blame Zubamendi.
Not going to blame Zubamendi. He gets a whole pass.
I can't. Odegaard did nothing. Saka did nothing. Martinelli.
As an Arsenal fan, how long are you going to accept Odegaard doing nothing? Because since he came back from that injury, I'm talking 7-8 months ago, he has been horrible, mate.
Terrible.
Horrible.
But what are you going to do, Chuck? You can't drop him. He's a captain.
He's the captain. I get it. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, before that, when Saka was playing and he got injured, the whole club fell over and said, we're without Odegaard. Yeah. He comes back. He has been horrible, man.
Yeah, he has. And you can't blame striker.
Give me the kid Dowman ahead of him any day. He will run, he'll create something. Jesus. No, but I'm just saying, that kid will cause trouble. Yeah. You know what I mean? Whereas this guy, what is he doing?
And you can't blame it on not having a striker now. He's got a striker as well. Gyökeres touched the ball 3 times. It was 2 crosses, one that went over everyone.
And how many shots did he have, Jay?
Nothing.
He didn't have one shot.
He shoulder charged the lead. I thought it was Sonny Bill Williams out there. He looks very heavy as well. He looks like he's a bit overweight too. He's too stocky.
But you know what? In the Portuguese league, it's okay to be heavy. You have a bit more time on the ball.
A bit more electric.
The technique gets caught out here, right? It's like Lukaku. Lukaku doesn't have a first touch. He's always going to struggle in the Premier League because
I wouldn't have started him. I would have started
Havertz. You would have gone Havertz.
Havertz, yeah. I would have started Havertz. Gyökeres looks so unfit, bro. Like, he doesn't look like he's running.
What I don't understand is I really don't understand is that it's his dream move to get to Arsenal. He's generally renowned for his fitness, right? He looks like a bit of a Hulk, a white Hulk. And he gets to Arsenal and he's just...
He can't run.
Like he's been at the pub. Like, how can you let yourself get into that position, when you're making... a marquee move to Arsenal, they need you. It's one of the biggest clubs in the world. It's a top 10 club in the world.
And he's caused all this kerfuffle.
But you know what?
Yeah, and he comes there with a beer belly. Like, what's going on?
In a week's time, that beer belly will be gone.
I know, but Rick, if it's that quick to get rid of, why don't you just do that 12 days earlier? So you make sure you're ready to go for the Premier League. Or I'm hopeful for your sake it's just he's unfit. If that's his touch and that's his speed and he thinks he's going to get his way around that, he really needs everything to fall into place for him to score goals. Because he can finish. I don't think everyone knows he can finish, but if he needs ball on plate, smack home. I don't know. I don't think that's what you wanted.
He just looks so heavy on the ball. Every time he touched the ball, there was like an extra kick, like he's missed kicking there. His left foot's touching it.
This guy called
he tried to run in and cut in on goal from the left. Remember that time? And he ended up missed kicking and the ball went backwards. How does that even happen?
Yeah.
How does that even happen?
This Arsenal fan goes, I think we signed Kiefer Moore. I've got to stop laughing.
Bro, the amount of times he was touching his hair fidgety, and honestly, he touched his hair more than his fucking ball.
It's like a Ken doll. Yeah.
I don't know. So are you still optimistic or are you giving him a pass?
First game, Jesus. I can't. I pass. No, I can't.
The only reason why I say that, and Jay, you could probably do it when you're doing editing, pull up all the strikers that have scored goals in Portugal and have a look what they've done outside that.
Nothing.
I'm going back from Mario Jardel in the 90s when the guy was scoring a goal a game for like 10 years. Then he left, came into the Premier League with Blackburn or Fulham. The guy couldn't trap a ball. You had Darwin Núñez who looked magic. Liverpool spent £85 million on that guy.
Yeah.
He couldn't finish his dinner. Like, he's useless. How many players have come from that league and those goals do not translate at all?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's about 7 or 8 strikers. It's not 1 or 2. 7 or 8 strikers have come from there and they just can't do anything.
But he's been in England before, Chuck, so he's got to
in the chip. Okay?
Yeah, but he knows what he's in for, what I'm implying. It's not all foreign.
It was interesting to see who was I think it was a West Ham striker who came out and played with him at Brighton. I forgot his name. And he was on TV. Striker? Yeah, he was on TV.
Antonio.
Only a couple recent. I'm talking in the last week. And he came out and he said,
Fulkrug.
No, it wasn't Fulkrug. No. It was a older guy. I forgot his name. I forgot his name. And he came out and he said, I played with him. He was the striker. I forgot his name. He goes, I played with Gyökeres at Coventry. He goes, if you told me he was going to be a £60 million beast from what I had seen with my own eyes at Coventry, he goes, I would have thought you're off your rocket. He goes, this guy did not look like that type of player. So he goes, he said the jury is out on him from my view because I've played with him and I don't think he's got it. I don't think he's all that. I don't think it's going to translate to the Premier League. He said that on Thursday on a preview show. So, and today you're telling me about him having lead legs. He can't move. Looked out of place.
Yeah, but he got bought from Coventry from Sporting Lisbon, Chuck. No one does that.
I know that, Rick.
So they must have seen something.
I get that. But what I'm saying, everyone scored goals out there. What I'm saying is this guy came out and said he played with him and he didn't think he was anything special. He thought he was okay. Nothing special.
But what I'm saying is...
Fast forward 6 days later, Jay is sitting here telling me he looked off the boil. He's not off the pace. He's unfit. He couldn't trap. He just looks like
but he didn't have a preseason, Chuck. That's the thing as well.
I'm just saying, I hope I'm wrong for your sake. It's way too early to write him off. You can't write him off now.
But what you got to think about, Chuck, is why would Sporting Lisbon pluck a chip player out and give him a crack?
Have a look at any player they've plucked out from anywhere and look what they're doing, Rick.
Yeah,
they're doing anything. No, they've plucked players from anywhere. That league is not tough to score.
No,
I think they've got accountants at the back half the time in half those teams.
But even in the Champions League, he scored against good opposition. He
did.
He hasn't just scored against some random Morenese team or something. I'm just saying, like, they plucked him from the chip for a reason.
No, he needs time. He needs time. The problem
How many do you think he'll score this year, Rick? How many do you think he'll score?
17. 15 or 17.
17 Prem goals this year. Okay. Yep. If he does that, I think he's had an okay year. He's had a decent year.
I reckon that the problem is still Arteta. He's the issue. The way we played this morning is still the same way we played every other time. Anyone that puts pressure on our team, we can't play well.
I'll tell you why he'll score. Because you guys are pretty good in the set pieces, and this guy's pretty good in the air, mind you.
He's great in the air.
He'll get up on a few. So I'm expecting him to get quite a few off corners and bloody free kicks and all the everything
it's a set piece. He's a set piece merchant. Is that what we're talking about here?
Well, that's what they're good at. Arsenal, that's what they're renowned for. A couple of screens, a couple of twists and twirls, and as corners across his through, and he'll get on the back of that. And he's strong in the air, so I'm expecting him to kind of clamp them.
And you can't write that off, Dan. You can't write that off. We've been second threes in a row. That's the way we play. You can't write that off.
Yeah,
I think you need to sort out your left wing, because if he's only getting service from one side of the pitch and your central attacking midfielder's not really feeling it anymore, it's going to be a bit stale, and then you're going to need set pieces. You know, what I'm saying is Gyökeres is supposed to be the difference maker for Arsenal. He's supposed to help you guys. He's supposed to get 20-25 and bring you home the title. If he gets 17, you're not finishing higher than second.
Especially how Man City's coming out now with Haaland.
Yeah, well,
if he gets 17 goals, they are not finishing first. I'll put any bet you want with you, because you're probably going to have 5 other strikers that are going to score more than that, and at least 4 of them are going to be for teams in that top quarter.
Well, what happens if Saka gets 20?
You think Saka's going to get 20?
I don't think he's going to get 20.
I'm just saying, what happens if he gets 50?
Odegaard's not the same player. Martinelli's not the same player. Saka, he might have good output, but he ain't getting 20. I know.
15
at least
and 10,
one. 15 and 10. That's going to be your main guy.
Yeah.
Based off what you're telling me, anyway, what I'm saying is, I know at least one guy at Liverpool that's going to get 20. They may have 2 guys there that get 20, or they might even have 3 guys that could push 15 to 20. You're not going to overcome that, and Arsenal's not in the business of finishing second. It's a failure, right? You finish second again, it's a failure. You're building this team to win. Yeah. If he gets 17, you're not winning the Premier League. That's done.
We're not winning the Premier League. If we still have Arteta.
That comes back to last week's conversation. You guys thought that he wasn't the week prior, where if they finish second, he's not getting sacked. For me, if he finishes second, he's gone.
He has to go.
Like, you can't.
You can't finish 4 years in a row.
For us, he'll get sacked. I would have sacked him before, but they won't, Rick. He's on £15 million a year, got a long contract. The Cronkies, if he gets them into Champions League again, and they're still relevant and they're pushing, they're bringing they'll keep him. They'll keep him. The fans won't. The fans won't want him, but
he needs to go. As an Arsenal fan, I've been saying that for a while. He needs to go. It's
3 second place finishes.
if there's a fourth one, how many participation awards can we get?
I reckon
he needs to go. It's like I'm not saying I'm not doing a Arteta out already, but
I'm doing Arteta out after a 1-0 win at Old Trafford.
I just think, bro,
I've
never liked him.
I think AFTV is dramatic, but I think you've gone early. You've gone early this time. Arteta out after week one after a 1-0 win. I can't believe that. I can't believe that.
But I've been saying it for a while.
This guy wants clicks. He wants clicks, man.
And it's clickbait. It's clickbait.
I would have sacked Arteta in the off-season and started again.
Yeah, but this is coming from an Arsenal fan, Rick. I want him gone.
But you got to poster him in your bedroom.
He's your handbrake. He's definitely.
He's wearing a G-string in my bedroom.
He's No, he's
the problem, dude. Yeah. Our back line, we've got the best back line in the EPL, hands down. We do. Then our midfield's decent. It's pretty good. I'd say it's good. You guys don't really rate Rice. Rick doesn't rate Rice.
You got it on paper. You have a good midfield.
Yes, but it's
on paper that doesn't translate to the pitch.
Of course, you can say something about Chelsea.
Let me just say this. We all agree Man U's biggest... they got a lot of weaknesses, but one of their biggest weaknesses is their midfield, right?
Yeah.
You, Jay, think your midfield's probably the best in the Prem. Zubimendi, Rice, Odegaard. That was not on display at Old Trafford. That's not... Based off how high you are on them, that's not like looking at Xavi,
Iniesta. No, but hang on.
That's not the Iniesta and Busquets, who would have gone to Old Trafford and would have had 79, 80% of the ball. You know what I mean? Versus that midfield.
Dan,
You're not that.
Our problem is scoring. It's not our midfield. It's scoring. We can't score.
You just signed the striker.
Like you said, Martinelli went from 15 goals a year to 3 goals a year.
That's bad.
Saka's 10 to 15. He scored 6 goals last year. He needs to get to 10 to 15. Odegaard went from 15 to not doing anything at all.
I can't believe
Gyökeres can't even run. I'm saying our strike force is very average. We can't score. That's our problem. And I think that's because of how Arteta plays. He's not aggressive. It's his style. He likes holding the ball up. He wants 70% possession. Doesn't care about XG.
Spanish style.
Yeah, but
the only thing is, I think I think we all want Arteta out. But the drop off of Martinelli and Odegaard, that's what's killed you. That's what's killed you. Because if those two guys can get 10 each, you're looking like a completely different team. If your midfielders can get up to 10 goals each, you've got goal threats everywhere. You know, you've got your Cam as a goal threat, your winger as a goal threat, you got Saka, who's your biggest threat. Then you add your striker. All of a sudden, you're such a balanced team. It looks so good, right? On paper, it looks so good. But those two guys have just regressed so much.
Bad.
And that's just putting all these holes, to bear.
Look, I'm not going to say hashtag Arteta out already. I do want him gone, but I'm not adamant that he should be shut away.
You should say You should say, I would.
I don't like it. I just don't like the way he plays. He doesn't play the Arsenal way. It's not attacking football. He holds the ball too much.
Fluidity. Zero.
There's no fluidity. It's exactly that's the problem. It's boring to watch.
Yeah.
If I'm the general fan and I'm looking at this team, I'm thinking, fuck, I'd rather watch rugby league. Do you know what I mean?
It's
like the way they play. Yeah. It's boring. And what we're fumbling the Turkish goalkeeper, Man United fumbling the ball. Like you can't win the games like that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
to be honest, most teams, like all I saw was Liverpool, Man City this week. That looked pretty fluid. Everyone else was.
Bro, Man City. That's why I'm worried. Is because of how Man City were, not because of Liverpool. We already know Liverpool.
Just wait.
It's Man City. No, I know, but Reinders, the little flick pass he did over the defense, I saw that and I was like, no one else is doing that in the Premier League.
Who would you rather have right now? Reinders or Odegaard?
I was fine Reinders before he came. But I liked him at Milan.
But what I'm saying is, who would you rather have? Reinders, or Odegaard?
Reinders can play both. He can play both feet.
Yes.
Odegaard can't.
Who would you rather have? Haaland or your boy Gyökeres?
Oh, bro, that's
not even a.
So when it comes to firepower, on top of all the other things that City have got,
as well.
What I'm saying is, your defense historically has been the best.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think it's going to be the best defense this year in the Premier League. I don't think. I'm starting to see a lot of holes, mistakes, rotation, injuries. They're playing. Arsenal's not going to be that formidable defensive team. You're going to cop goals this year, I think. And if your attack is subpar and you've got one team who's got nuclear weapons, and you're out there with an AK-47 versus you're going to get done. Like you can't take that team off. Then you've got your other challenger, who's got Salah, Ekitike looks like the real deal, and then probably an even money bet to get Isak. Right? Yeah, all of a sudden, you got two nuclear weapons on either side of you gunning for the title. If your Gyökeres gets 17 goals, you're not taking on those two nuclear powered subs, mate. You're done. Right? You're done.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to get
That's what I'm trying to say. Ultimately, that's what I'm trying to get to. You're on a tugboat and you're trying to take on these two nuclear subs. Yeah. You're not going to beat them. You know?
Very hard.
So that's my fear for you, Jay. This guy, Gyökeres, can't be a 17, 15, 17. Rick said 15 or 17.
That's what I see.
It might as well be a fail.
Yeah.
You need this guy to hit 25. That's really what you need. You need him to be Harry Kane.
You know what, Chuck? You know what?
Big goal output.
City have shown a lot of vulnerability at the back. They've shown a lot of vulnerability without Rodri, which we are.
I know, Rick, but Rodri will come back. Rodri will come back. Stones will come back. What I'm saying is, I don't think Arsenal are going to be that formidable defensive force that we saw.
It's too early to say that. It's way too early.
I know it's early. This is my vibe, and if I'm wrong, you pull back the tape. But I don't think you're going to be as good this year as you were 2 years ago defensively. That's my feeling. You've got too many guys coming in and out.
But how
I don't think you're going to be bad. But I would be shocked if you're a top 2 defensive team.
All it takes is Gyökeres to get a couple of goals and get a bit of momentum, bro, and the team gets going. The minute the striker gets, like you guys, when Isak goes, you guys are formidable.
Of course. But Rick, what I'm saying is, you don't even yourself think he's going to get 15.
No, I don't think he's an elite striker. Personally, I don't think he's an elite striker. Personally, I think he's a good striker.
If they want to win, how is a team with a misfiring 2 of their 4 key weapons? How is let's just say Martinelli, Saka, Odegaard, Gyökeres. They're the 4 guys that have to carry the heavy load for Arsenal and score goals. If we've already said 2 guys are in an eternal decline, right, or subpar, and your striker's not going to be elite, is Saka going to win you the title? Is he going to do Salah this year? He can't. He's not going to do that.
He won't.
So what I'm saying is, the other 2 teams are going to have minimum 2. One team could have 3, right?
Who's
their third
2?
best? I think
City?
that.
No, he's saying City. Haaland.
Liverpool. Let's just say Liverpool.
Yeah, yes, Liverpool.
Liverpool have
City.
Salah.
Yeah.
Arsenal don't have Salah.
But the problem with City now, if Haaland gets injured, their season's done, and he's prone to injury.
We're
Same for you guys, Jay.
No injuries, right? If and you guys lose Gyökeres and you're done as well. We're all screwed. What I'm saying is, Villa, Watkins, they're
but the thing is, we've got a back line. City don't. That's the difference. And Liverpool don't have a good back line. We're the only ones out of the 3 that've got a good back line.
He's got a good point, Chuck. That is the big difference.
Their back line is good, but I think it's peaked. That's my view.
But how much more can you get better if it's number 1? You can't. There's nothing higher. Saliba's the best defender in the comp. That's hands down.
He is a good defender. Who's better than him now? He's starting to make mistakes, Jay. He's starting to make mistakes. He didn't look... well, anyway, we'll see how it all plays out.
He actually played good this morning. He was the one that did well. He had to cover fucking Gabriel's side every time Kunai went through. That's what I'm saying. He's the one that will cover that.
Did you see Man United punch holes in that team of yours?
Yeah, but
if they had any striker worth anything out there, or any midfield, they put your fullbacks on toast. They ran in at goal all the time. Cunha was running out of breath. He went through the whole team by the time he got to shoot. What I'm saying is, you're priding yourself on your defense. I was worried about. I'm not saying I'm worried about your defense. You're going to be a good defense.
They push forward.
Yes, they push forward. But what I saw on the weekend is backing up my thought process as well. I think you're on the slip, and Man U really came at you, right? You made them look better than probably what they are, in my view.
Look, first game at Old Trafford, like you said, it's electric. They got 2 good new signings.
I'm not.
No, you can't. It's too early.
Not in the equation for what I'm
first new season bounds. That's all I'm.
Jay, for Arsenal,
putting it down
to boom or bust. It's you either win or you don't. If you finish second again, you've done that. If you finish third, you've regressed. If you win, you've climbed the hurdle. To climb the mountain, you cannot have Gyökeres on 17 goals. That's what the big fella down there, Filler, says. Jay, Jay was doing. How pumped was Jay before the season started?
I know.
He's
I'm
thinking
excited.
title.
I wanted the season to start.
But
you're getting ready for a parade at the end of the season.
Chuck's
Jay.
getting excited with the game ones. You can't. Chuck.
I'm not getting. This
be
not getting excited again.
Nah, it's too early.
I'm just telling. Of course, it's too early. I'm just saying. I'm looking at the picture of the Arsenal team. What's their path to a title?
Chuck, they went to the semi in the Champions League last year. These guys.
You can't write that off, bro. We beat Real Madrid the night before.
But do you see what I mean? I think you're going a bit too hard on them, bro. To be honest,
it's way too hard.
Like
we played a really bad game and we still won it at Old Trafford.
They might look.
You won.
He's right about
it. You were They gave it to you. You didn't win.
3 points is a win, Chuck. Yeah. That's it. I'll take that. I'll take a win regardless of how we played at Old Trafford because we didn't win there for like 20 years, mind you. Anytime we play Old Trafford, we can't beat them.
Jay, what he's right about is in terms of the comparisons with the Haalands, and he's right about that. What I'm concerned about is City's defense. I don't think defensively they're still there. I think they're a mess.
How can you compare Haaland to Gyökeres? That's obviously a straightforward comparison. Obviously,
but that's what he's saying to you. Like Haaland will get 30, Gyökeres will get 17. The big mismatch there straight away.
Yeah, I know.
They've got Marmoush will probably get 15. I reckon he'll get 15. He's a good player. Yeah. So he's got a problem there. He's right when he's saying that. I'm saying for City the opposite. I don't think the defense can hold out. I think they're going to.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
that's what their problem
is. Either way.
So you're comparing the front versus the back. What's going to
and they've versed Wolves that they lost Kuna as well. So they've lost. They're probably versing a team that's going to be bottom.
To be honest with you, Wolves had some chances they could have scored. It could have been 4-2, 4-3.
We all agree City's probably not going to win it, right? Their defense is not strong enough to stand the title challenge. Maybe good enough, but I don't think your defense is your defense. You're acting like your defense is Chelsea 05.
But if we compare, but we're looking at now. We're talking about this year. Which other team has a better defensive line than us? Not one.
Their backline's pretty good, Chuck. Huh? Their backline, relatively speaking, I can't think of a better backline in the EPL at the moment. Front line, I can destroy them, but backline.
On paper, I think it's the best backline because
we're one of the best backlines in Europe, too.
But you know what, Chuck? There's something on the sum of all parts. Do they have a better midfield than Man City?
I don't agree. I don't think they do.
No, I'm asking you because I'm worried about. I'm worried about.
I think Man City's midfield's more dynamic.
I don't think Rodri will be the same.
No, wait.
Well, let's see how he is.
Rodri's ACL. He's already broken down.
Yeah.
Is he going to come back the same? Because he's the linchpin. Without Rodri, they're not the same midfield.
No. And he'll protect the backs.
So what do you do there? Like,
does John Stones come back? How does they've got Gvardiol, right? They've got he's going to play in the middle more at the back now. They've got Rico Lewis at right back.
He's about to be sold.
Nah, he came out and said he's not for sale.
Well,
Forest are ambitious.
Anyways, next game we got Leeds, so he might score a hat trick there and get some form. You don't know. You know what I mean? So
you got Leeds
at home.
That's the game you need. You need that game.
Exactly. So that might start getting the cogs turning. But anyways, I think it's the last game. Thank you for listening to episode 9. Please like and subscribe on YouTube, X as well, Instagram. We've got Spotify now too. So thank you. Until next time. Peace.
Perfect.